It was a moment that sent shockwaves through the nation. The air was thick with anticipation as people gathered around their screens, waiting for the news that would shape the future of the country. The tension was palpable, and the nation held its breath. President Biden, in a surprise announcement, threw his full support behind Vice President Kamala Harris for the 2024 election. This unexpected endorsement came at a critical time, as the political landscape was already buzzing with speculation and uncertainty. Biden's decision to back Harris was seen as a bold move, one that could potentially redefine the upcoming election.
Kamala has been an incredible partner and leader. Her dedication and commitment to the American people have been unwavering. She has shown time and again that she has the strength and vision to lead. From her work on criminal justice reform to her efforts in addressing climate change, Kamala has proven herself to be a formidable force in American politics. I believe she is the right person to lead our nation forward. Her ability to connect with people from all walks of life, her empathy, and her unwavering dedication to justice make her the ideal candidate for the presidency. As we face unprecedented challenges, Kamala's leadership will be crucial in guiding us through these turbulent times.
The grand old party, still licking its wounds from 2020, saw a familiar face emerge as their champion, Donald J. Trump. The stage was set. Trump's return to the political arena was met with both excitement and apprehension. His supporters rallied behind him with renewed vigor, while his opponents braced themselves for another contentious election season. Round 2 was about to begin. The nation was gearing up for what promised to be a historic showdown. The debates, the rallies, the campaign ads, all were set to play out on the grand stage of American democracy. The anticipation was electric, and everyone knew that this election would be one for the history books.
I am honored by President Biden's support. His faith in my ability to lead is both humbling and inspiring. Together, we have accomplished so much, but there is still much work to be done. I am ready to take on this challenge and continue the progress we have made. Together, we will continue to build a more inclusive and prosperous America. Our vision for the future is one where every American has the opportunity to succeed, regardless of their background or circumstances. We will work tirelessly to ensure that our nation remains a beacon of hope and opportunity for all.
Harris, the first woman of color to hold the office of vice president, now carried the weight of history on her shoulders. Her journey to this point had been marked by perseverance and resilience. As she stepped into the spotlight, she knew that the eyes of the world were upon her. The significance of her candidacy was not lost on her, and she embraced the challenge with grace and determination. Could she unite a fractured nation? Pundits debated, pollsters polled. The question on everyone's mind was whether Kamala Harris could bridge the deep divides that had plagued the country for so long. Her ability to bring people together to find common ground would be put to the ultimate test in the months ahead. America, as it always does, prepared to watch the political theater unfold. The streets buzzed with activity, campaign signs adorned front yards, and conversations about the future of the nation filled the air. The election season had officially begun, and the nation was ready to engage in the democratic process once more. The initial reactions were as diverse as the nation itself. Some celebrated the historic nature of Harris's candidacy, while others expressed skepticism and concern. Social media platforms lit up with discussions, debates, and opinions from every corner of the country. The nation's collective voice was loud and varied, reflecting the complexity of the moment. Democrats cheered, energized by the prospect of continuing the progress made under the Biden administration. The party's base was invigorated, ready to rally behind Harris and push forward with their agenda. The sense of momentum was palpable, and the excitement was contagious. Republicans rallied, eager for a rematch and a chance to reclaim the White House. The GOP was determined to capitalize on the energy of their base and mount a formidable challenge. Strategies were being crafted, alliances were being formed, and the battle lines were being drawn. The political landscape, always shifting, began to tremble with anticipation. Analysts pored over data, trying to predict the outcome of what promised to be a fiercely contested election. The maps were redrawn, the battlegrounds identified, and the nation braced itself for the political spectacle that lay ahead. The campaign trail became a whirlwind of rallies, town halls, and whistle-stop tours. Each event was meticulously planned, aiming to capture the hearts and minds of the electorate. The candidates, with their teams of strategists and volunteers, crisscrossed the nation, leaving no stone unturned in their quest for votes. From the bustling streets of New York City to to the quiet corners of rural America, the campaign trail was alive with energy and anticipation.
We are at a pivotal moment in our nation's history. Together, we can build a future that works for everyone. This is not just about one election. It's about the direction we want our country to take for generations to come. We must come together, regardless of our differences, to create a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Our strength lies in our unity, and our future depends on our collective action.
Harris, radiating charisma and confidence, painted a vision of an inclusive and prosperous America. Her message was clear: an America where diversity is celebrated, where every individual has a fair shot at success, and where the government works for the people. She spoke passionately about healthcare, education, and economic opportunities, promising to address the systemic inequalities that have plagued the nation for far too long. Her speeches, often soaring and hopeful, resonated with voters hungry for change and stability. She connected with people on a personal level, sharing stories of everyday Americans and their struggles. Her ability to empathize and inspire gave many hope that a better future was within reach. The crowds, diverse and enthusiastic, hung on her every word, believing in the possibility of a brighter tomorrow.
They had their chance and they failed. It's time to take back our country and make America great again. This is a movement of the people, by the people, and for the people. We will not be silenced and we will not be ignored. Together, we will restore the greatness of our nation and ensure that every American has the opportunity to achieve their dreams.
Trump, never one to shy away from the spotlight, returned to his signature style fiery rallies, bold promises, and scathing attacks on his opponents. His rhetoric was as sharp as ever, and his supporters, loyal and fervent, responded with thunderous applause. He spoke of a return to traditional values, a strong economy, and a secure nation. His message was clear. He was the leader who would fight for the forgotten men and women of America. His message, a mix of nostalgia and grievance, struck a chord with those who felt left behind in a rapidly changing world. Many of his supporters longed for a time when they felt more secure and prosperous. They believed that Trump was the only one who could bring back those days and protect their way of life. The sense of urgency and determination was palpable among his base, who saw this election as a critical turning point. From bustling cities to quiet rural towns, the candidates crisscrossed the country, each vying for the hearts and minds of American voters. They held rallies in stadiums, town halls and community centers, and meet and greets in local diners. Every handshake, every speech, and every photo op was a chance to connect with voters and earn their trust. The campaign trail was a testament to the democratic process, where every voice mattered and every vote counted. The energy was palpable. The stakes were high. This was more than just a political contest. It was a battle for the soul of the nation. Supporters on both sides were passionate and determined, knowing that the outcome of this election would shape the future of the country. The rallies were electric, filled with chants, cheers, and moments of intense emotion. The air was thick with anticipation and the promise of change. And the American people, armed with their ballots, held the ultimate power. In the end, it was up to them to decide the direction of the nation. Each vote was a voice, a choice, and a statement of belief in the democratic process. As the candidates made their final pitches and the rallies came to a close, the focus shifted to the voters, who would soon cast their ballots and determine the future of America. The power of democracy was in their hands, and the world watched as they made their decision. The first presidential debate was more than just a policy discussion. It was a cultural moment. It was a night that would set the tone for the rest of the election season, a night where the stakes were incredibly high and the entire nation was watching with bated breath. Millions tuned in, eager to witness the clash between two political heavyweights. Families gathered in living rooms, friends met in bars, and social media buzzed with anticipation. The debate was not just a political event, it was a social phenomenon that brought people together, sparking conversations and debates of their own. The air crackled with tension as Harris and Trump took the stage. The atmosphere was electric, the audience on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who would come out on top. The candidates' entrances were dramatic, each one exuding confidence and determination, ready to make their case to the American people.
We need to focus on the future, on creating opportunities for all Americans, not just the wealthy few. It's about building a nation where everyone has a fair shot, where the American dream is within reach for all, regardless of their background or economic status.
Harris, calm and collected, delivered sharp rebuttals. Her poise under pressure was evident as she countered each point with precision, never losing her composure. She spoke with a clarity and conviction that resonated with many viewers, presenting herself as a leader who could handle the challenges ahead, and outlined her vision for the future. She talked about healthcare, education, and economic reform, painting a picture of a more inclusive and equitable America. Her plans were detailed and comprehensive, offering solutions to some of the most pressing issues facing the country.
They had their shot, and they blew it. It's time for new leadership, for someone who can bring real change and not just empty promises. It's time for a change, and I'm the one to make it happen. My track record speaks for itself, and I have the vision and the drive to take this country in a new direction.
Trump, prone to interruptions and off-the-cuff remarks, hammered home his populist message. His style was aggressive and unyielding, often breaking the flow of the debate to make his points. He appealed to those who felt left behind by the political establishment, promising to shake things up and put America first, and attack the failures of the previous administration. He pointed to what he saw as their shortcomings, using them as a springboard to highlight his own plans and policies. His rhetoric was fiery and impassioned, designed to rally his base and sway undecided voters. The debate, widely seen as a draw, only intensified the race. Both candidates had their moments, and neither emerged as a clear winner. The evening's exchanges left the electorate more divided than ever, with each side claiming victory and doubling down on their support. It was clear that this election would hinge on key issues, razor-thin margins, and the ability of each candidate to connect with voters on a personal level. The debate underscored the importance of every vote, every conversation, and every moment leading up to Election Day. As the night ended, the nation was left to ponder the future, knowing that the outcome of this election would shape the course of history for years to come. Behind the scenes, a different kind of battle raged. Campaign strategists huddled in war rooms, analyzing data, crafting messages, and plotting their next moves. Every speech, every interview, every tweet was meticulously planned and executed with precision.
Our focus is on unity and progress. We need to mobilize a diverse coalition of voters to win this crucial election.
The Harris campaign, emphasizing unity and progress, focused on mobilizing a diverse coalition of voters from all backgrounds.
We need to re-energize our base and reach out to those who feel left behind. This is our pivotal moment.
The Trump campaign, fueled by grievance and a sense of nostalgia, sought to re-energize their base and appeal to disaffected voters across the nation. Both campaigns faced internal challenges and unexpected hurdles. The pressure was immense. The stakes were higher than ever. And as the campaign entered its final stretch,